Protestant churches, the Catholic churches, various other groups out around the country that have political influence, and then to get them to cooperate and move together and all the money for that. By the way, one of the things that was just exposed the other day with the USAID money and things like that, we've talked about the city of Astana, which is an acronym for Satan, by the way. So at the city of Astana, which most people have never even heard the name of, which is the northern capital of operations that have ties all the way back to Antarctica, by the way, and what the hell's going on there. At Astana, the American people, the American taxpayers, paid hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to build a World Faith Center. And that pyramid, at the top of the pyramid, has seats for 200 guests. Okay. And then others that come there, they're in the lower levels. And there's this ring or this circle inside the pyramid, the eye, around which those 200 guests speak. And the idea is at the top of the pyramid, where this thing is, at this round table, if you will, is at the top. This opening goes down to the lower masses. Well, as they speak at the top, the reflection at the top of the pyramid structure reflects back in a almost like a conical way, like a parabolic dish would receive signals and then point them to a central receiver, the old satellite dish stuff like that. This pyramid structure is designed to reflect what they say down to the masses below. But why 200 seats? Remember, in the book of Enoch, there was 200 angels that fell to earth, and at Mount Hermon, which is the highest location for a World Heritage Site inside the UN, the Rockefeller operation. UN was created by the Rockefellers. Okay, so the highest UN heritage site is at the top of Mount Hermon, where the 200 fell to earth that Enoch talks about. And then when they came down off the mountain, they chose of the women of the earth anybody they wanted, and then for wives, and then they had children. And the children were men of renown, of stature. They were giants, very intelligent, and then they taught all these different trades. For example, you talk about the toenails. Well, there was one of the angels who was named in Enoch who taught them how to paint themselves and ornament themselves to have the greatest beauty and to paint their nails. Okay, so when you talk about painting your nails black, guys painting their nails black, there was an angel that fell from heaven, was one of the 200 from Mount Hermon, and they built a city at the base of Mount Hermon, which was called the city of Baal, Baal. Okay, and in that city, what did they practice? They practiced child sacrifice. Well, wait a second. Those same people are out mating with the women, the earth girls, and having babies, and they're Nephilim. They become giants, men of stature, and they're teaching them how to conduct themselves, build, makeup, metallurgy, etc. But they require human sacrifices. Why? Because if the humans bring the purely human children and sacrifice them, then there's more of the hybrids. They were causing the humans to destroy themselves for treasure. They would give them protection. They would help them with their farming. Why? They're giants. They can till a field in 5 minutes.
They still do this today.
5 days.
They've been paying the cabal off to destroy themselves every day.
Well, but it is the same thing. It's not different. We're watching something similar today. The abortion clinics destroy all humans. The only ones left are going to be the hybrids. Change the nature of the planet to favor what they want to do. They want us to destroy ourselves, even with nuclear war. What's the 23andMe all about? Is it a program to identify all the remaining humans who do not have some measure of hybridization, crossbreeding?
That's
their
what
system.
also what the mRNA is all about too, to try to change our DNA.
Well, remember what happens at the return of Christ. It says that the dead in Christ are raised first. At the end of Armageddon, this capping event, this global world war, it said that if the Messiah had not returned, the Mahdi from Muslim beliefs, etc., if this messenger from God, God Himself, having taken on human flesh like we put on a coat, Christ, if this Christ, the Messiah, had not returned in the narrative, had not returned at the Battle of Armageddon, at some high point, there would no flesh have survived. In other words, something was going to be released or done at that
Yeah.
moment that all flesh, animal and human, would be killed as a result of it. Is
Well,
it a
that
virus?
happens
Is it
somewhere around the middle of the book of Revelation, like chapter 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there.
well? When the Messiah returns, had he not returned at the moment that he does to stop what's going on, there would no flesh survive. Is it gray goo?
Yeah.
A type of AI programmed um, uh, uh, machine, if you will,
Yeah. Well,
mimicking a bacteria.
John the